Alright, what is up, Lifeline? Welcome back to the channel. So, you like my new hat? I got a mosquito fishing hat. This thing's pretty nice, comfortable, free from bugs. You can fish and not get eaten alive by mosquitoes or flies or chiggers, any nasty little creatures that we don't want buzzing all around our face. So, where did I get my new hat from? There's a new company called AYAMAYA, and they reached out to me and asked me to test out some gear for them, and they sent me a really cool bug net, and they sent me this really nice mosquito hat. So very comfortable, super lightweight. The mosquito meshing on here does have a pull string, so you can kind of tighten it up so you're free from bugs. No bugs are going to climb up underneath. So pretty cool hat. And then they also sent me another hat, which is pretty nice. Again, super lightweight. It's made of partially polyester material. These do unsnap and come down. A little drawstring to keep it on you. Super lightweight, foldable, compact for all you backpackers. But what I'm here to talk about mainly is their bug net that they sent me. So last night, as you guys know, I changed locations and tore everything down, had to reset everything back up. So I figured what a better time than to set up the AYAMAYA bug net and test it out. Kind of put it through the ringer and see how it held up. I am going to be testing this out periodically, and I'll give you guys updates on construction of it, how it's holding up in the elements that I'm in. But so far, it's pretty nice. Now, this bug net is meant for an 11-foot hammock. I do currently own a 9-foot hammock, so it is pretty big, obviously, on a 9-foot hammock. I do have some extra pull on it, which is pretty nice. Now, one thing that I noticed right away that I really liked, that's different from the current bug net that I own, is that you have these little clips that just hang on to your ridgeline. So when you're setting up your ridgeline and you want fast installation of a bug net, these little clips just hanging these things on there is super fast. So as you see on a lot of bug nets, it'll have loops that you have to run your ridgelines through. That takes time, and while you're doing that, the bug net's laying on the ground. This is super easy. You can hold everything up in the air and clip it on as you go. So really nice with just the little hangy clips to just hang this thing on there. It's pretty nice. You got a no-seam style meshing around your front door zipper. You've got some reinforced fabric. We're going to test it out and see if it is a bit waterproof. 2 zipper pulls that you get. And I got my other one down here. Pretty nice, easy to zip up and down, not getting any snags. You notice a lot of times in things that have zippers where the material's kind of getting caught in the zipper. So far, I've unzipped this thing probably a dozen times. I've not gotten anything snagged up, so it's actually super nice. It's pretty long, so it's fully enclosing my entire hammock plus the gear sling that I have. You know, the gear sling's important to me. Now, one thing I've been running into with my current bug net is that when I have the gear sling set up, or I've got different cordage coming out of the ends, where I have, you know, my gathered end of the hammock, it's pulling, which the drawstring is opening up. So when I set this up, I was pretty concerned about that as well, because that's important, because that's where those little bugs are coming in at that gathered end, because there's little openings from everything kind of stretching out. Now, one thing I noticed and really liked with the AYAMAYA Bug Net is that their drawstring is really super tight. Now, you've got this material at the end here, and again, I'm going to test it out to see if there's any waterproof capabilities of this, but as you see, this is extremely tight, so the odds and chances of bugs crawling in the end here are going to be very, very small. So this is held up. Normally also too, once I sit in the hammock and kind of putting that pressure, it's also loosening up my drawstring. I've been in and out of this hammock several times already, moving around, tossing and turning kind of while I'm in there. And this cinched end here with this drawstring has not come undone. So it stayed tight throughout the entire night, which is super, super important. You've got that on both ends. It does come with its own stuff sack, so it all fits inside of its own stuff sack. You do have your little clips at the end, which is pretty nice. Most bug nets come with, you know, a stuff sack, and it's just the drawstring that you're hanging it from. This, you've got a bit more durable of a material with the clip, so you can clip it onto your backpack, clip it onto your waist, you know, whatever, any way that you need to transport and carry it. So a bit more durability on the carrying capacity. So I really like that. Now the other thing I noticed, and I did set up in the night, so I didn't see this originally, but when I got in the hammock, I had noticed that there was kind of this this other thing that was attached to the bug net, and kind of feeling it from the inside, I thought maybe this might be a pullout. So I'm like, okay, well, it's dark, it's nighttime, I can't really see, I don't really want to play with this right now. So now that it's daytime and I can see everything, see what's going on, what I noticed is that on one end I do have a little loop, and this is a pullout. So I can pull the bug net out so that it's not creating this coffin effect and closing in on me and kind of, you know, drooping down on top of me. I can pull this out, and you do have it on both sides. It's only on one end of the hammock, so meant for your head sleeping end. But it pulls out, and you can stake that down so that you've got more room inside of the bug net, so it's not creating that coffin effect and everything just kind of drooping and laying on top of you. So with that, you do get 2 stakes. These are a very lightweight, kind of, it's a metal, like an aluminum, very, very, very lightweight. I would use probably a stronger stake just because of the elements that I'm in. You get some guy lines and some cordage that comes with that. And then you do get some other string, which I'm assuming is to create a ridge line inside of the bug net. Now obviously I already have a ridge line created from my other bug net, and with the dark time setup I just use that. But you do have cordage to create a ridge line going across, so you can hang your stuff from. The one thing I noticed, I wish this would have as part of it, it would make it a little bit easier, but not necessary if you're familiar with tying knots and familiar with putting ridge lines attached to your hammock inside of a bug net. I do wish that it did have an inner loop on the inside to kind of raise the ridge line up and kind of keep it like my other bug net has. That was the one downfall I didn't like, but that's just me, that's my own personal preference. Again, if you're good at tying knots and you can construct a continuous ridge line, it's not really something that you're going to need. I'm just a little experienced with knots and continuous ridge lines. So for ease of simplicity for me, I would have liked to have seen an inner loop. But otherwise, so far I think this is a great bug net. So if you're looking to get a hammock and put a bug net up while you're chilling in the backyard, or you want to take it down to the beach and just kind of hang out for the day, if you find a nice little wooded spot and you want to be free from little pesky flying bugs, spiders, earwigs, mosquitoes, all of that type of stuff, it's a quality bug net. Now this is a new product, they haven't released it yet, so you definitely want to check out AYAMAYA. This will be coming out soon. So once it's available and I get a retail price on it, I'll let you guys know that. But yeah, I woke up this morning, there was tons and tons of spiders crawling all over the bug net. And that's okay. They're crawling on it, not in it, so it kept me free from all types of pesky little creatures. So yeah, I think all in all, pretty typical style bug net. Some really, really great features that are on this thing, and I think it's a quality bug net, so I don't see anything wrong with it right now. I am going to keep testing it and keep kind of putting it through the ringer with the elements that I'm in, and see if this is more so kind of a lounging, just backyard style bug net, or if it can hold up to the elements that I'm going to actually put it through. So you know, I'm in some pretty intense elements, and I'm definitely going to put this thing through the ringer. But again, some really great features, and I would definitely recommend this bug net to anybody that's, you know, getting into hammocking and looking to stay free from different little creatures. So yeah. So check out AYAMAYA. They do have some other products. They have some tents, bug nets. They have some hammocks with bug nets. They have a lot of really cool products. They have some apparel, obviously. I like my new fishing hats. These are pretty cool. Definitely going to wear these when I go down to the lake. But yeah, you can find them on their website. You can also check them out. They are selling on Amazon as well. Retail pricing, I was looking at some of their other equipment that they have. Definitely budget conscious, definitely affordable. So I like it. I give it a thumbs up. It's good enough for Lifeline. It's good enough for you guys. Check them out, AYAMAYA. I'll talk to you guys on another episode of Lifeline.